welcome to Bourbon and a Baby. My name is Jay. Max will not be joining us today because Max is a baby and babies don't review bourbon. So today I have a review for you that is kind of near and dear to my heart because I am reviewing Wild Turkey Rare Breed, the 116.8 proof release of Wild Turkey Rare Breed. It's near and dear to my heart because Wild Turkey is... If somebody held a gun to my head and said you could only drink bourbon from one distillery for the rest of your life, choose now, which would it be? I would choose Wild Turkey. I'm a huge Wild Turkey fanboy, so I'm really excited to review Wild Turkey Rare Breed tonight. So Wild Turkey Rare Breed is a barrel proof release, and it's the second oldest barrel proof release on the market. Booker's was first from Booker No and Jim Beam, and then Jimmy Russell and Wild Turkey followed suit shortly thereafter. In fact, Wild Turkey Rare Breed has been a release since 1991. They used to release in batch numbers, but now every time there's a new release, they just release it with the barrel proof, each one being unique to that batch. So as I said, this one was 116.8. The previous one before this was 112.8. And so they add absolutely no water to this. This is straight from the barrel. It's not proof down at all. That's where you get the term barrel proof. It is a lower proof than a lot of barrel proofs that are on the market. That's because what Wild Turkey does is they put their product into the barrel at a lower proof already. So any of that extra water is getting added before it's barreled or as it's barreled. And so then it's going to come out at a lower proof straight from the barrel. All right, let's go ahead and pour this. All right, and let's check the nose on this. Classic Wild Turkey. If you are a Wild Turkey fanboy like I am, you know that Wild Turkey smell, whether it's Wild Turkey 101, whether it's a Russell's Reserve, whether it's a Kentucky Spirit. There's just that classic Wild Turkey smell to this. And what I mean by that and what I get from that classic smell is I get a lot of vanilla. I get a lot of caramel. I'm getting a lot of the oak. This is non-age stated, but typically it's believed that anywhere from 6 to 12-year-old Wild Turkey is being used for this product. So, you know, who knows what their percentages are, but anywhere from 6 to 12 years old. And the interesting thing about Wild Turkey is they are they don't release their mash bill either, and they only use one bourbon mash bill across all of their product lines, and it is thought to be a higher rye mash bill, but I don't pick up a heavy rye spice when I nose Wild Turkey products. I do get a hint of cinnamon, but not a lot. And I kind of get like a creme brulee note. So if you are a person that's drawn to bourbon because of a lot of those sweeter notes that bourbon tends to have over some other whiskeys, Wild Turkey is where I would point you to, because I get just tons of sweet notes from Wild Turkey. It's almost like I'm smelling a caramel cheesecake, and that's my favorite kind of cheesecake, is like a caramel cheesecake. So it actually makes me hungry. So let's go ahead and dig in and see what this tastes like. Cheers. Wow. Really, really good. For 116.8 proof, that can be a little bit high. It's a little bit high for me. I think generally my perfect proof point tends to be in the, that 94 to 107-ish range tend to where I like to be when I'm drinking bourbon. But for being 118 or 116.8, I'm sorry, for being 116.8, it really doesn't hit you with a lot of heat up front. I mean, it's a little bit hot, but it doesn't like kick you in the face like some other barrel proof bourbons will. It's just a really, it's a warm experience. It gives you that Kentucky hug, but it's not overpowering in proof, which I love that. So I do get some of those spicier notes on the palate that I don't get on the nose. I get a stronger brown sugar and cinnamon flavor to this, but I'm still getting heavy caramel. I'm still getting heavy vanilla, and yeah, it's kind of like even a little bit of nuttiness in there. So like think of cheesecake with caramel and pecans on it, and yeah, just a little bit of cinnamon, and you have this. It's like that in a glass. I do also taste that oak, kind of representative of being a little bit older, having probably 8, 9, 10-year-old. All the way up to 12-year-old bourbon in there. Yeah, it tastes really, really nice. What else am I getting here? I do taste the char a little bit too. They do use a number 4 char for this, for their barrels, and that does show through. I think that's kind of where I was on the nose. I was picking up some creme brulee. I think kind of came from that. But yeah, this for a barrel proof release, something you could just sit back and sip on all day long. It holds up well with an ice cube too, if that's how you like to drink it. This is just a really, really good product. And the great thing about Rare Breed as well is that it doesn't gouge you at the price point. I have seen, at least local to me, the price of it go up recently. It used to sit around $35 to $40, and now I'm seeing it more in that $45 to $50 range, which I still think is a good value for this, especially when other barrel proof releases like a Booker's you're gonna find around $70 to $80. And Elijah Craig, you're going to find in that barrel proof, you're going to find in that $60 range. So I think at $45, $50, I still think this is a great value, a great buy. I definitely recommend this one. Like I said, I could sit back and drink on this all day, but I am biased. I'm not going to pull any punches whatsoever. I love Wild Turkey. I love practically everything that they put out. Probably with the exception of their 81. I'm not a huge fan of that, but at the end of the day, if somebody gave it to me, I would drink it. So yeah, overall, you can't go wrong with Wild Turkey Rare Breed. Especially at the price, at the proof point, it's perfect. I think, like I said, it's hot, but it doesn't kick you in the face with that heat. It's not like you're drinking a blowtorch. So if you really like a lot of sweet with just a little bit of spice and a little bit of heat, this is for you. All right, thanks a lot for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and like this video. You wouldn't believe how much that helps me out. Leave a comment below. What do you think of Wild Turkey? What do you think of Rare Breed? What do you think of Wild Turkey in general? You can also follow Max and myself on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We are at Bourbon and a Baby on all of those platforms. And last but not least, get yourself some Bourbon and a Baby gear or swag or merch. You can find the link to our shop on Spreadshirt below in the description. So please check that out. Cheers, guys. Thanks. Man, Jimmy Russell knows what he's doing. So good. So good. I'm going to have to pour some more.